Hello everyone, Johnny Thunder, EA&Weather here with your day 1 fire weather outlook. We have a critical fire weather area today that encompasses parts of northwestern and central Texas and southwestern Oklahoma. Cities in the critical fire weather area today include Lubbock, Texas, Amarillo, Texas, Abilene, Texas, Norman, Oklahoma, and Wichita Falls, Texas. And there's an elevated fire weather area today covering eastern New Mexico, eastern Arizona, most of New Mexico, far southeastern Colorado, most of Kansas, southwestern Missouri, northwestern Arkansas, most of Oklahoma, and parts of Texas. So in synopsis, a cold front will move southward into the southern plains today. Dry and breezy conditions are expected both ahead of and behind the front. Texas Panhandle, South Plains, Rolling Plains, and the central Oklahoma. The fire environment will be somewhat complex today. The timing of the cold front still appears to be during the mid to late morning in the southern high plains and early afternoon for central Oklahoma. Winds will be westerly and southwesterly ahead of the front with a sharp change to northerly behind it. Temperatures in the 80s and 90s Fahrenheit are still possible ahead of the front. Even behind the front, areas of 70s Fahrenheit are still possible in the high plains. Winds of 20 to 25 miles per hour, perhaps locally higher, are forecast in the pre- and post-frontal environment. Stronger gusts will also occur. Given ERC values at or above the 95th percentile due to anomalously warm and hot temperatures and ongoing drought, critical fire weather is possible even in areas where the relative humidity will be in the 25 to 30% range. That said, locations ahead of the front will likely be quite dry during the afternoon. 10 to 20% can be expected. Southwest. Now, a very dry air mass will be in place during the afternoon. Relative humidity in the single digits is certainly possible, though the spatial extent is not clear. 10 to 15% relative humidity will be observed more broadly. Relatively weak winds will limit the overall fire weather threat. 10 to 15 miles per hour can be expected in most areas with perhaps some higher speeds within the terrain. Elevated fire weather concerns are expected. Central Texas into parts of the Ozarks. Dry and breezy conditions will occur ahead of the front. Southwesterly winds of 15 to 20 miles per hour are generally expected, though some locally higher winds are possible. Relative humidity will drop to 20 to 30% by the afternoon. Fuel receptiveness generally decreases with the eastward extent, given rainfall in the last week. Even so, elevated fire weather is expected for these areas. So, that's your day 1 fire weather outlook. Remain safe and vigilant in these areas today. If I were you, I would gather supplies immediately, such as food, water, clothing, toiletries, medical supplies, a flashlight, a cell phone, phone chargers, extra batteries, and a battery-powered radio in the event that you need to evacuate on a moment's notice, because fires can start to spread quickly. Please avoid outdoor burning in these areas. It takes all it takes is one little spark for a fire to start and spread quickly. Alright? Do not throw cigarettes on the ground. Do not throw cigarettes on the ground, even if they're not lit. Because 1, that's littering. 2, one little spark is all it takes for a fire to start and spread quickly. And make sure your cigarette is fully out before throwing it away. So, remain safe and vigilant in these areas today, and I will have my day 1 severe weather outlook very soon. Take care.